Hi, I'm Alan Dale, and welcome to Gale Force Winds. I am so privileged to be in conversation with the good people at Discovery Community College. And I want to tell you, it's a lot of great things are happening here, meeting a lot of cool people, doing really interesting things. James, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Yeah, hi. I'm James Cha. I'm one of the instructors for JCSL, that stands for Justice, Community Safety, and Leadership. Background-wise, I obtained my criminology degree from Simon Fraser University. And for the past 11 years, I've been working as a federal corrections officer for the Correctional Service of Canada.
James, that's quite a journey, and now you're instructing on this new and innovative program. Tell me about the program and why it's important.
Yeah, so the program is it's really important because we take two different sides to it. We're taking into consideration of law enforcement while also discussing about the advocacy role of individuals who are going through different for law enforcement. And in addition, we also break down barriers in relations to mental health in the field as well. And we talk about victimization. We talk about roles and responsibilities of the individuals that are helping in this concept. And thus, we try to provide our students with a 360 view of everything that comes to do with the law and how the different roles and responsibilities are. And thus, hopefully, they're interested, and then they'll get into the field for that role.
James, I mean, the world that you live in and what you're instructing these folks for, it's a complex world. It's constantly shifting, it's dynamic, and there's certainly nothing binary in there. There's no one side or the other. There's always gray in the middle. And
That's right.
tell me about the students and how engaged they are in your program and how exciting it is for you to watch them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's really good because I've been fortunate enough where I've started with a group of cohorts that we went from orientation where literally, you're learning how to drop an email or a Word document to where we are right now is we're at a course right now called Crisis Intervention. And I get to basically, honestly, it's a great role because not only do I get to teach the students about the experiences I've had in terms of crisis intervention or dealing with people, with mental health or dealing with the law. But also, I get to teach them teach them practical skills and teach them to be leaders in their roles. So, to give an example, I have students that our latest assignment was creating our own crisis intervention plan for a organization. So it could have been done on a macro level where you do it for like a natural crisis where you're dealing with, let's say, a flood or a fire, or we have it as specific as a specific instance where you're creating some sort of protocol, for instance, like an emergency if you're working security in a hospital or some sort of crisis stage plan. So yeah, I mean, it's really practical, and the program itself is great because not only do you get to learn the principles and the foundations behind the academic, but also you get to apply it in an actual real time setting with assignments or even real life projects, such as you can take back into the field from what you've created in school. So it really just prepares you for the real world, and we always try to keep it coming back to the foundation for the students and what the students need to become leaders in their community and advocates for mental health and other type of barriers that we face on a daily basis.
James, you as you go through your career, you must have often said, "Oh, we can do this, or we could have done that. I only wish we could have done this." And now here you find yourself in a position where you're now molding the future. You're part of the solution into that next group, and your ideas are being celebrated and respected and brought into the curriculum. Talk to me about how that must feel.
Yeah, honestly, it feels really good to be able to give back because, everyone's got a boss at one point in their life. And for me, working as a federal corrections officer, I felt as though that some of my roles were limited and even my voice of opinion was at some points in time. And me as an instructor coming in and being able to kind of take that shift and become a leader within the group, but also be able to kind of give my students both sides of the coin, because a lot of the instances or even the studies that are given through the JCL program, there's always going to be two sides, and everyone's going to respond differently, and everyone's approach is going to be different. So I always try to create a view where all the thought is accepted and respected, and we just kind of try to draw the line of where at one point, especially in our program, do you put a pair of handcuffs on, or do you take a step back and have some sort of advocacy role, and maybe look for other avenues or responses. So it's great having that balance. And me personally, because I've done both sides, I've acted as a parole officer as well within the field of correction. So that's kind of brought different shifts for me. And I just really like to see their views, and it's great to see the students being really on point and interested. And that to me brings a lot of satisfaction.
And it's important work too, James. I mean, your graduates, your students are going to be put in front of people at their most vulnerable points, and they've got to make decisions, and they've got to, decide, how am I going to help this person the best way that I possibly can. And that's honorable work.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it feels great too, because I also see the progress of the students, because the most recent example I can give is just simple journal reflections. So we start off week one with very basic reflection of what they think the program is and what they expect from the program, to where we are in further weeks ahead, where we're literally breaking down different principles of methods of response, or just more technical views on how to approach those who need our assistance. And those bullet points, when I get those from the students, I really kind of it makes me feel really proud at the end of the day, because it feels like my work and my experience goes to teach someone else, and hopefully they can learn from that. So it's kind of like turning back the clock almost for myself personally.
James, thanks very much for being in conversation with us. It was a great overview of your program and the important work that you do and continue to do. So thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate I really appreciate the time. Thank you.